I've developed a system that helps me publish 120 pieces of content from only 15 Twitter threads. The best part of all is I'm able to do this with only 4 hours a week of work thanks to this content system. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact system I use, my custom ChatGPTs that I use, my Notion content planning system, and all the tools I use to make this happen. I've wasted hours following other content systems that never worked out for me and that I never really stuck to, but this one, for some reason, it's working. And let me show you how it works. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you everything that I use and my whole flow and system. And let me show you how it works. Cool. So what I do is I block out around 2 to 4 hours, maybe even less, to create these 15 Twitter threads. And this is where the magic happens. From these Twitter threads, I'm able to create different content pieces for TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. But the main point is that it all starts from these Twitter threads. And actually, 𝗖ście RH𝗲𝗵 has a pretty similar system that he talks about where he goes from Twitter to all his other posts. So with this one Twitter thread, I'm able to basically repurpose it into 8 different formats, 15 different times. So that gives me 120 pieces of content. So in here, this is the flow of how this works. So here I'm in the ideation phase is where I create the Twitter thread around whatever idea comes to mind. And here it says save in Asana, but recently we just migrated to Notion, but basically the same thing. So save in Notion. So this Twitter thread, I save it in Notion. And from this Twitter thread, this becomes, the thread basically becomes a script for my talking head video. Right, so it looks something like this. And then from that thread, I also create an IG tweet carousel. So it's basically the thread, but for Instagram and just format it a little differently. I'm also able to just create a quick one single tweet reel. So this is a carousel style, and this is a reel style. So usually I'll just add like some sound to this, and it's just a reel. And then from this same idea, from this carousel, from this Twitter thread, I then use that to create the YouTube video. So the same concept, I just expand it and just talk about it a little longer. And then the last thing that I recently actually experimented with was doing these intro carousels with the video. So one thing that's kind of interesting is that these actually got more reach and engagement than that. So it's the same thing, but what I'm doing is, so it's the same video here. What I'm doing is I'm just adding an intro image with some text where they swipe, and then it's just the same video that I've already posted. So I'm able to basically repurpose this same idea and content into different pieces of content, right? And then from here, I then publish it to Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and YouTube Shorts, Twitter or X, to the newsletter, and then to Threads, right? So I'm able to post into basically 8 different formats and different platforms. So that's the general idea there, right? And what's pretty cool is basically we're just do the work once, and then we repurpose it later on here. And then the other thing is this content calendar I essentially created just to kind of keep a rhythm going. So you see here that I have the IG tweet carousel. So there's 15 of them. So then it's 15 because I post Monday, Wednesday, and then Friday, those carousels. And then from those carousels, we also have the short form videos. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then there's a bunch of other variations here. But what I'm trying to really do is stick to a system and then basically try to figure out what's working, what's not working. And then this way, it's not always the same pieces of and type and format of content. It kind of just varies and makes it a little bit different, more entertaining. So that's the strategy there. And overall, I really, really like this. It's probably my favorite just system overall for content, just because I'm able to leverage this thread and then just repurpose it and basically get a lot more out of it. So that's the idea there. For tools, when it comes to content, what I'm really using right now is Notion. I'll show you my kind of content planning board for that. 𝗖cie_HIH_𝗲𝗰𝘁. This is this one tool that I actually recently started using just for kind of sharing my screen and drawing things out. I think it's pretty neat tool. So I could go in here and draw some things out. This is like one of the boards from a recent video I did where I'm able to draw, explain things, which is pretty cool. And then on Notion, basically this what I'm showing you right now, this is a Notion page, and I'm just kind of adding some text and other images and stuff and just sharing that. Screen Studio is also the screen sharing software I use. That it's probably my favorite screen sharing software out there. So it's really cool. CapCut for video editing, OBS for other video stuff, ChatGPT for making things more automated and saving me time, and then Simplified is mainly for scheduling, but I haven't really found a scheduling platform that I really love. Actually, this is kind of a project in the future I might want to work on, where it's creating a really easy way to streamline your content and view analytics, all of that. So that's when it comes to tools. And then for ChatGPT and AI, I have a bunch of these custom GPTs to help me save time, like YouTube descriptions, YouTube title, writing scripts, formatting threads, creating catchy intros, creating hooks, and all of that. So this saves me a ton of time. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you my actual content planning board. So if we look here, go to content planning. So check this out. So here in this board, I have idea as a column, scripting as a column, ready to film, editing, ready for review, approved, and scheduled. So in the idea phase, the way I have it set up is, like I mentioned earlier, it's 15 pieces of content. So you can see here, the bunch of these are numbered. So, okay, so this is number 1 for me, right? This is number 2 for me. This is number 5 for me, number 8 for me. That way, by me numbering them, I can make sure I do all 15 of them, right? And then once I get into scripting, cool. So let me show you what the template looks like. So if I go here, here's the month, the year, and which number thread it is. So this is a tweet carousel, short form, YouTube, all of that, right? I have content time, the theme, who is assigned to, whether it's scheduled, which month is it. This is, let's just say May through, this is May. So then there's a content month, any tasks associated to it. Here I just have some notes, right? Like talk about what you're doing, learning, thinking, share stories, systems, strategies, kind of what I'm doing right now. Topics, life lesson, trends in industry, other apps, notes. Then here I have my Threads GPT linked. This is where I actually add the actual individual tweet for that thread. So I'll write it here, 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 and here. Hooks GPT, script GPT, so I can write down the hook, the script, and all of that here. And then that's what that looks like. So I'll just create 15 of these, and then I'll get to work. So let me actually show you the example for this one. Here's the carousel, right? So this is the actual carousel that's going to get posted to Twitter and Threads. And then from here, I'm able to create a script for a short form and then do the whole YouTube and all of that. And what's pretty neat too is on here, I have automation. So if I click on this, I have different automations to notify our Slack content channel. So Slack is another tool I use. So when it moves over to editing, it's going to message our editor to edit the video. Once they're done editing it, they're going to move it over to ready for review. That's going to notify me to go review the piece of content. And then once I approve it, I'm going to move over. It's going to notify them that it's approved so that they can then go schedule it. So that's the flow there. Another pretty cool tool we use is Frame. Frame is a really cool tool for hosting your videos and sharing and all of that. So in here, when I upload my video, I'm going to upload it to Google Drive. And then from Google Drive, it's actually going to create a frame folder. So if I go in here, it's going to automatically create a new folder. And then in here, our editor can upload the final video, and then I can leave comments. So I could be like, add emoji here, which is pretty cool. And then I can share that. They could see exactly where I want different things to be. So that's another tool we use. So we add the Google Drive link here, which is going to have the raw footage, and then the frame footage is going to be the actual like edited video. So that's another thing we have there. So yeah, that's the general gist of the content planning system. It's been working pretty well for me so far, and I've been enjoying this, and we're only going to expand on it, improve on it, and grow. So if you like this video and you want to learn more about different systems with Notion, Slack, AI, all that stuff, make sure to hit the subscribe button below and stay tuned for the next one. Peace.